the people who cry when they're having an argument, that they have a higher capacity for experiencing emotions. It basically means because there is such high level of processing of emotions in the body, it has to find outlets like the tear glands. I'm not sure to compare because that's what I've been discriminated against. Oh, she cries when she's angry. Obviously, she's weak. I don't hold any grudges against anybody because that's what they have learned, and that's merely their inability to hold space for their own emotions. And I would never shame or blame anybody for any of their inability, especially when they are unaware. But yes, I'm a big proponent of keeping your mouth shut if you don't have anything better to say, you know. Like, yeah, bro, silence suits many people. So it basically means that people who cry when they're angry, when they're sad, who cry as a emotional outlet, they have a greater capacity of regulating their emotions. I think the fact that me crying during an argument is not a sign of weakness, that took me some time to really register, because even though I believed it, I did, because I would never judge anybody else for that, you know. But when you live in environments where you are met with frequent criticism, when you have had dynamics where your needs were always deemed as too much, it kind of takes a toll on your self-esteem. So internalizing that was a whole different rodeo. But we are doing it. I've managed to restructure these old conditionings, and I'm grateful. And of course I had to, I always change so much, but at the same time I feel aligned to my core values. Yeah, sensitivity is actually not bad at all, guys. On the contrary, it's a good thing. Almost means that if people have like a baseline good level of sensitivity, don't quote me on this, but that means less regression. At least that's what I understood from that study that guy was talking about on Instagram. Yeah, you're not a psychopath. Not that that's something people need to be shamed for. I know that might be a take that's gonna bother some people, but what I mean is that man can't be blamed for his nature. No, it's not the men will be men type bullshit. Instead of blaming man, show him what he can do differently, because a lot of us are so resistant to change simply because we have been shamed so much about a certain trait of ours that we started identifying. If you are a certain thing, that inherently as a child you internalized it as a child, or in whatever point of life, because these really build up over time. You start equating one quote unquote negative trait as like an inherent flaw, which is sad. You were just a kid who was trying to express their wishes and needs. You did deserve to be loved, regardless of the way you acted. Love is not to be excused. That's something I think many parents confuse. They think that if I am reassuring my child, if I'm not scolding them, beating them into compliance and normalcy, they are going to turn bad. No, that's not how it works, bro. Kids are very moldable, and what you're doing is just making things worse. But again, the parents who have already raised their kids, our parents, their parents, their parents, you know the drill. They didn't know better either, but we do. It doesn't have to be a loud thing like, yeah mom, I'm better than you. You never raised me well, so I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna show you that I'm better than you. Know. Not out of ego. That kind of defeats the point. If you are doing something good just to make somebody else look worse, I don't know, man. kind of doesn't sit right with me, but like, you do you, I guess. Yeah, who am I to judge? Not like I don't have any flaws. But what I mean is that move from love when you can. It's difficult. It's definitely difficult to be hopeful, to be loving, to be kind, because it's a choice at the end of the day. You won't be perfect all the time. That's how you were made. Nothing about you is perfect. To be imperfect is fine. It's a miracle that you are alive at all, really. Like, what are the chances? Pretty cool if you think about it. Once in a while, I think it's a very grounding experience to just acknowledge that, wow, I'm actually alive. Like, duh, yes, of course I'm alive, I'm living, I'm breathing. Like, but think about it, you're living, you're breathing. Holy shit. That's crazy. Like, the human body is so cool. The way it works, the different systems. Evolution is so fascinating. Somehow, we went from this one single cell to this absolutely fucking insane machine, almost like a system that's still beyond comprehension to men. We are still finding new things and it never fails to fascinate us. It's scary, yes, so many ailments, so many ways to die, but at the same time, to be able to possess this vessel, what a wonder, really. And I don't say this sound like, oh, so hippie, Rajporna. Like, no, bro, I actually fuck with this. I loved biology in school. The systems within the animals, plants, all that jazz, bro. So fucking cool. I love it. I loved it. I still do. Cool, bro. Cool shit. Earth, this floating rock is kind of cool. I think we make it cooler and we hold the capability to make it a place that's worth living however long we do live. Life is short, bro. Like, chill. Really. Like, Rajpan, I have bills to pay. Of course you do. You're not like me. Yeah. Not gonna say my. To each their own, everybody's in their own, everybody's moving at their own pace. What I mean is that don't let the responsibilities take away from you living your life. Because at the end of the day, you are meant to fulfill certain duties, but make sure that by the end of the day, you have given to the right people for the right causes, whatever right means to you. And make sure you can say that, yes, that's a life that I lived for myself. Because, no, it's your life. I think it's a good reminder for all of us, like, yes, Rajporna, yes, you watching as well. This is your life. You only get one of the. I really like, instead of YOLO, I like the YODO. So, like, you only die once. How many ever days you get to live, make the best out of it. The best doesn't have to be some unrealistic standard. It just has to be something that at the end of the day, amidst all the daily chores and responsibilities, you're able to go back to your bed and feel content with what you did, or perhaps something you did not do, that you chose not to do. I think that's all. I'll probably keep recording these little bits each and every day, and then I'll compile the ones that feel the most aligned with each other. Yep, that's it for now, and I'll be leaving. Gotta go home. That was fun. Okay, bye guys.